Sean na nótaí Bunús Nithe Beomhar. Na tarí fólama ag jeú an chabatil seo na gur cheart go se bhebalta inlíonú I dhéanú an process that éhlad sí réinú néadere. So that is to be able to outline the process of evolution by natural selection. Agus míniu a thuirt an dóid a jockey éagsúlacht as éhlad, so to describe how we can get diversity from evolution. So na áthracail bíhéagsúlacht biodiversity, so biodiversity sin an na difriartaí atá idir na species a lig ar an dón. So an dóid atá plandaí inta difriúil bhil daoine, a dóid atá anmhíthe inta difriúil na heile, ag le colag bag a bhagan na hogla giraffe na leon mór a bhagan. So go déan dóid a bhfuil éagsúlacht thó mór sin an bíhéagsúlacht a thugtar ar. An tuise sin fossil, dewey, extinct, species, réinú néadere, natural selection, sochan, mutation, orinu, adaptation, agus éhlad sin evolution. So tá bí éagsúlacht sever ar an dón. Tá léir mór nithe beomhar difriúla in the honi ar an dón. So if we look at Earth and look at the diversity of animals and plants and living things there are, we have everything from a little piece of bacteria, a little bacterial cell, right up to dunne, ná angmhíthe, ná fiú plandaí. So tá cuid mhór cinealathe difriúil nithe beomhar ar an dón. Bhí nithe beomhar ile an bhásta a tá siad marú inis agus theasagan go raibh siad an mar go bhfuil agad intaisí an go fáil. So the Earth had other types of living things that we don't have now. So tá siad dewey, they're extinct. So theasagan go raibh siad an cinnas na intaisí tá foice. So tá bí na intaisí foice stíochain clotha nar a héad seandálaí ag tohailt faoin siad intaisí difriúil faoin talú. So we know that these creatures or these living things existed because we have their fossils. So their fossils are preserved maybe in rocks, maybe underground, in the sea, different places. So when an archaeologist goes digging, they'll find fossils and they'll be able to identify them. Sometimes they'll be able to identify them to a creature that is extinct. In sin na hínta sí dún go raibh rudaí eile mar hampla dinosaur an a tharla riddenchart agus níl siad an seo níos mó. So these fossils tell us that there were other types of living things like dinosaurs on the earth, but they're not here now, so something must have happened. Níl intaisí bíle foiil fáinne nithe beomhar nua amside, mar sin theasagan na bhfuil siad bhád an seo. So mar can thúr na nithe beomhar a thart cos le daoine. Níl ní aonmuid intaisí da dhaoine. We don't get fossils really of humans, of modern day humans. Sin cinnas go bhfuil siad beo agus níl siad bhád an seo, so níl siad gal a bheith faoin talú. Níl siad gal a bheith críomhníthe faoin talú sa dóid hiarna. So if we look at the living things that are all around us, there won't be any fossils of them because a fossil is made when something dies hundreds of thousands or hundreds of thousands of years ago, and then the fossil or the skeleton is preserved in usually underground. But ní raibh daoine thart fada go leor leis sin dhéanú. In sin seo dún go bhfuil cór rud dewey agus go danig rudaí nua, so tá rudaí an na rudaí a teir an dón, na rudaí beád na nithe beomhar teir a dón I gcéirú a gcónaí. So there are the animals and species that are extinct, and there are ones that are still living. So that tells us that the types of living things on Earth change all the time. So ceistena. Níl me se gal a bheith checkal bhfuil na ceistení seo déanta agad. Ata siad inta Samuel. They're really interesting. This is the thing about this chapter, it's interesting more than anything else. So, anim ní dhé chineal nithe beo a bhí na hónaí ar an dón a tá díoinis. Two extinct types of living things. Dhé chineal nithe beo a bhí na hónaí in éing ná bhfuil seo hanis. Agus foioi amach a had bhfuil duine nua amside in na hónaí ar an dón. So duine nua amside, modern day man. So Tessica verbiger nahwalis, but is Homo sapiens a tunninge. That is the name of our species, Homo sapiens. Agus rive Homo sapiens, before Homo sapiens, we had Homo neanderthalensis, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo no melting Heidelbergensis. So sin na cíneal had different daoine a bhí on Róine. They're the different types of people that were there before us, and we have our species, Homo sapiens, have evolved from them. So na a haimid siar a ggurc ar na fossils na intishe da na cínealatha nithe beomhar sinne. So if we look at the fossils of Homo neanderthalensis or Homo habilis or any of them, there are similarities between them and Homo sapiens and us, but they're not exactly the same. Tá difriachtaí an. Agus fásta me hé tú rás níos fuideanna na sin, tá like Australopithecines again, so sin cíneal difriúil daoine a bhí an, tá Paranthropus again, sin cíneal difriúil a bhí an. So tá cuid mhór predecessors ag Homo sapiens, tá cuid mhór species a hanig rive Homo sapiens. So bhí se ionta simúldíobh den nuircha how should bidger just like Google search bag dhéanú ar seo. Charles Darwin, fear ionta táhaachta. Hanig Charles Darwin agus Alfred Russel Wallace suas le teoiric na haimhláide trí réinú Nithe. So the theory of evolution by natural selection. They came up with it in 1859. Léiríonn an teoiric seo conas bhfuil méid mór éagsúlachtaí idir nithe beomhar a ligear dón. So this theory outlines how there is huge biodiversity. So ceist, so níalacha seo le genuig of you do not need to do this question. Sciú contascadid ar heel Charles Darwin. So évlaid trí réadnú Nithe. So it's evolution by or through natural selection or by natural selection. Se ionta táhaachta agus ionta simúl. So is a évlaid an process trí na orbraíonn nithe beomhar a maithas nithe beomhar eile. So there may live Homo sapiens, tá siad gitaba casla Homo neanderthalensis, but níl siad jíra caslacha. They're not direct, like exactly like them, but d'orbair siad a maithas nithe beomhar eile. Cheadred, ní hanig daoine ó monkeys, and I'm going to write that one down. Humans did not evolve from monkeys. Agus an picture sin ecin sibh carwer, that picture that goes around, gur like well monkey again, agus an sin like a monkey can like giddy, like standing up, and then it gets to a human. Níl sin ceart. Ní hanig Virginia wa monkeys. Tá that common ancestor again. Agus so hanig much on red kierna. So hanig daoine, monkeys, apes, gorillas, bonobos, chimpanzees, and the hanig much a leg on red kierna. So we all came from the same ancestor. Ní hanig Virginia as monkeys. We did not come from monkeys. So species. Seo grúpa nithe beomhar a arcan castle na hiile agus il able to sliocht tarthúil a bheith acu. So species, the definition of a species, tá seo ionta táhaachta. So grúpa da nithe beomhar a arcan castle na hiile agus is all able to slucht tarthúil a bheith acu. So tá the catagan ar cyn catch like castle in the hill. Beidir an ar just exactly castle in the hill, but anatomically tá siad castle in the hill. Cats all have similar features. They all look the same and have the same build up. Not talking about fur or anything else, but just talking anatomically. Dami hageri bidger preaching of ogun, like get a kitten, you'd put two cats together to do that. Nithe glat cat agus bunny rabbit na cats má do her le hiile la pishiniel na colaniel. Caihi tú ye anvi on species kierne a her le hiile. So niel kunin agus má do able to slukta va acu mar sinnde ní an species kierne yet. So kennis na will much able to Kinnes na much able to cross of oging idir munt ir kunin agus madu ní an species kierne tuntu. Ma arca major mule tá mule in the slucht da asel agus capel. So tá couple eshgart on. There are a few exceptions. Donkeys and horses, technically not the same species, but we should be able to mule yenu. Cran the behe, so the tree of life. Ten the million species in the honey at an dona new. Malin Chorik Darwin, Godanik should a species ille at Hamarunish. So they have a common ancestor. They came from a species that is now extinct. Dus Darwin go able to gas species a rianu to trace, arash gajin hid rid a vi bio. Agus harshantanium cran the behe an swinu sha. So the tree of life, so rid a ring sha na hashisha lish an hid species. The first thing that gave rise to all the other species. Harshan shaha. Agus bidger and shin der marvi avlogic tarlu. Bidger gur Godanig monkey mahan sha. So this hanig the monkeys. I guess why should they kind of went on their separate evolutionary path. Because shin bidger guro apes looking. Agus Thailand sha Ria Valley said really different chart off. Agus shin tadini looking faster. Hanig dini. No glorious boys looking for you sha. The cran the behe faster. So the species at had guard in Neil doing left well in Akilinja or cran the behe. So whichever species is closest to us on the tree of life is the closest to us evolutionary speaking. The species is most similar to us. So in sha ta orangutan going in sha so ta majinye nyamujawad when orangutan. Shut and shaw, I get the bug that cran the behe, so a little section of the tree of life, teshe huge. But Jershan shaw will dini agus chimpanzees kill that castle in the hill. So care punch a quig gaji she million blian lahan. Hanig and chimpanzee the cran the behe. So the chimpanzee started evolving in its own right. Agus in shin hanig so shin in the discarded on common ancestor shin viaku ladini. And where this congri doing, really the closest thing to us, the closest animal to us on the tree of life is the bonobo. Agus erkin should chin kill that scary castle ladini. Erkin should the castle ladini le just la fenu agus kill that monkey ton, but the shan na hasu or yegas agus the shine tajida agus like teshe kill that scary jiga castle ladini's a teshid given that they're a monkey. So bonobos is the species closest to us on the tree of life. That's the last stop before humans started evolving off the tree of life. Tishbin and Kudshot and Cran Goldini Monsha la apes ille le chimpanzee, gorilla agus orangutan san éireamh. Níl an seo ag ré gur áras an bheatha réine ó chimpanzee. Tá sin cos le inse den ggóil tá sé ginse den ggóil sin sear cáin agan. Common ancestor. Sin siad cáinnta. So ní hánig tá go le ré dhéirí bhaine le agus probably couple of sin. Ní hánig daoine ó chimpanzees. Ní hánig daoine bhá monkeys. Tá sin siad cáin agan. Humans did not evolve from monkeys. We have a common ancestor. Both humans and monkeys evolved from the common ancestor. Sílan ólaí gur an sin siad cáinnta idir daoine go chimpanzee na hónaí harpa 5 billion bliana hain. So our common ancestor was alive about 5 million years ago. Réanú néadere, so natural selection. Is a réanú néadere an process in the bhín seans wadanthas níos fearr ag nithe beomhar in orún don timpolacht agus targan slucht níos smó. So what that means is being that they have a better chance of survival. So any animal or any living thing that has adapted to its environment has a better chance of survival and therefore will produce more offspring. Má tá se ionta faoiar agus má churann siad anmhí atá de ré sa teas an éit ionta faoiar. Tá chance go bhí siad buas leis an uacht. Níl siad or in nithe don timpolacht. They're not adapted to the environment. So if you take an animal that's meant to be living in a really, really hot place and put it in a really cold place, it'll probably die. So ní bheadh an chance aige slucht a thairiscint would not have had the chance to produce offspring to keep the species going. So the tríthe a ardíonn seans mórtanas, so the characteristics that raise that chance of survival or that improve that chance of survival, able tacht bia a the ability to get food, able tart krahadori a has, so trying to avoid predators, free vartiachta in needing galler, so they're able to galler a fridge. So ta an sein víniu seo an definition seo in ta teachta díobh se le fólam. Agus fás in the rudí seo, what improves our chance of our living things' chance of survival? Able tacht bia a el. Mona ro tú able to full adla se bia, ní bheith able to bheith bio. Mona ro tú able to fun at the huel what predators? What a house it do. I guess mona ro tú able to galler ridge, ní you have less. So tan slide shot in ta tewacht at this slide off by heart. Níl an seans mórtan is céarna I ga anmhí na planda, tá ga éonar sa species difriúil. Cuiremuid an teirme éagsúlachtaí ar na difriachtaí atá istí de species éirithe, so diversity, so éagsúlachtaí. Tarlaíonn na héagsúlachtaí seo margheall ar targu gréasa agus sohan. So sexual reproduction and mutation, that's why we have differences in within different species. So sohan mutation sin éirithe in ghéinse an duine, so the change in genes. Tá daoine cantanis ar an coronavirus agus go bhfuil mutations difriúil de. So there's different mutations of the coronavirus. So sinna tí bhfuil si de ré beidir nachhuair mar an daoine buas leis sa China, so not many people died with it in China, relatively. I think for harfa ced a bhíle daoine buas leis, na sinna rud is de ré. They're saying about 4,000 people died with the coronavirus in China, but naro agus gro harfa 8,000 cases. So harfa about 82,000 cases, and out of those 4,000 died. Whereas in America, I don't know, harfa Nilsson Covid cases in America fui lehar, a ta kiga mila dunye buasel 50,000. So it seems go bhfuil a coronavirus atá America níos measa ná an coronavirus a bhí sa China agus bidger gur hála mutation agus go bhfuil an virus just get a bit different inis agus go se níos measa. So ní anan a hanrad a dói a bhain a gcónaí. Bín mutations on bín éí on tá rudí bugad tarlú is thís na cala. There are small things happening in a cell, and if one of them changes, then a mutation can occur, and a mutation can happen agus éiríonn sin an nithe beomhar. It changes the living thing. Agus so idir sin agus atargu grésa, sinnatí bhfuil éagsúlacht mór on idir nithe beomhar. That's why there is such a diversity of living things within a species, because nuair tá atargu grésa ag tarlú, chuin vid na ringmuid sainstréthe a chuir a ré, atargu grésa, ní bhín an sleacht onanas. Ní bhín se identical. So one will se identical. If the offspring is not identical, there's differences, and those differences could be the difference between survival and not surviving or death. So sin dói it had diffriartí tíwastí that species. That's why humans are different, because of mutations and sexual reproduction. So sin kilda an red v Charles Darwin a gurker. So tá éagsúlachtí daí fa hunne réú néidir. Marialler éagsúlachtí tá cárníthe beo áirithe don timpplair níos fearr na cárníthe eile, agus tá seans níos fearr acu seo in éidirn crahadarí agus galar. So this diversity is necessary for natural selection. Dá meo aha níthe beo, if every living thing was identical, would we have natural selection? We wouldn't have as much natural selection, because if everything was identical, then it would have the same chance of survival against disease. It would have the same chance of survival against predators. So if everything was identical, we wouldn't have natural selection. So tá cárníthe beo, so some living things are adapted to the environment better than others, and they have got a better chance of survival. So survival of the fittest. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but there should liker an nithe beo is other nithe is fair la maratal. Tá codan na éagsúlachtí seo ébalta a bheith tucha don chead sleacht eile, chuid an termid tréthe éireachta arú sin. So bhí muid luairt faoi tréthe éireachta ag tús na bliana sin. So the inherited characteristics. Sin nuair a thugan an tuismithar an tré don sleacht to the offspring. So má tá tréthe a tá cáitinta idir an tuismithar agus an sleacht sin tré éireachta. So tá tréthe éireachta rialaithe ag na génta, ag na genes, agus hocu láfa bheith pásáilte díra ón tuismithar go dtíon sleacht. So the tréthe éireachta, the inherited characteristics, remember they're really or kind of governed by the genes. So kind of the image chromosomes. So show a pair of chromosomes, 2 chromosomes here. Agus tá genes bige in the chromosome sin. On the chromosomes we have genes. So show an garden and show it. So find to let the Hudge chromosomes on mohair agus lehon to her, you get half from the mother and half from the father. So tá masca and genes differ like ahan linne agus na ready a furtu o the eher sin na tréthe éireachta furtu o the eher agus na genes a furtu o the weher to na tréthe éireachta sin agad o the weher. So whatever genes you get from your parents, you have the inherited characteristics that are on them genes. Nithe, adaptation. So seo an tré atá níorchamo an atá sin. Seo tré a fiúsaíonn an seans ag organa márstal agus atargu a dhéanú sa timpolacht sin. So adaptation, it is how we improve the chance of survival and the ability to reproduce. So tá an chin seo le bheith an sein víniu seo le bheith fómlaí agah. Sampli, tá cáta mórtiú ag an béir buin agus ní bhíon an béir buin fuair mar gheallar. De réir teoiric Darwin fódaí an béir buin as go raibh béir gan cáta mórtiú agus thar na milliún bliain agus go dúir réanú néadere formú an béir buin san áirtha. Níl béir bí san áirtha inis gan cáta mór mar first bues mar gheallar an teocht íseal. So a polar bear has a really, really thick furry coat. But the bear evolved from this, the polar bear evolved from a normal bear that didn't have a thick furry coat, but over the millions and millions of years, the polar bears started growing thicker coats. So that is why polar bears in the Arctic have thick coats. Marcan tú ar bear nach bhfuil san Arta, a bear that isn't in the Arctic, Nithe cáta trom it will not have a thick, heavy coat like the polar bear does, because the polar bear adapted to its environment. Ring se Nithe fahanne a timpolacht sa dóige mu se able to marsin on. So it adapted to its environment so that it could survive there. Agus inis níl polar bear a bí san Arta nach bhfuil an cáta tú seo mar go bhfuair na rudaí nach ró na cátaí tútha áru versus bues mar na ró siad able to bheith beag sa teocht íseal. So now there are no bears in the Arctic that do not have thick furry coats, because the ones that don't have or that did not have thick furry coats died because they couldn't they couldn't survive in the cold temperature. So sin Nithe. That's adaptation. They adapt to their environment, and that's what makes them suitable to be alive in that environment. Sampla dá, tan capal nua amside bhád níos scuiste ag rí na a hinseir. Harla seo tre réanú néadere mar bhí na capal gas de able to fel a hiúil ó na creadorí níos fosa na na cin ba bhuile. Mar sin bhí lín níos mó ag capal gasda ar fáil chun atargu a dhéanú, tarlaíon éabhlad tre réanú néadere le tríthe éireachta amhain. So, capal nua amside, the modern day horse, is faster and a little bit bigger than its predecessors. Sin cenas go raibh na rudaí mála, the slow horses, we should capaiche ag creadorí, so they were caught by predators and killed. So ní raibh fleice in sin ach na capal ionta gasta. Agus in sin bhí na capal sin ag atargu, so the fast horses that were left that had gotten away from the predators had reproduced. Agus cinnis tríthe éireachta because of inherited characteristics. Whenever the fast horses reproduced, their offspring had their characteristics. So the capal málan agus I capal gasta on. Bhí na capal mála capaiche ag na creadorí, agus in sin bhí na capal níos scuiste fleice le atargu a dhéanú. So bhí siad able to atargu a dhéanú mar go raibh siad gasta go leor le fel a hiúil ó na creadorí. Na a rinne siad atargu, bhí na tríthe céarna sin ag an slucht, so bhí an slucht gasta. So de réir heile, de réir hit an céta mílte bliain, bhí na capal ag irí níos scuiste agus níos scuiste mar nach raibh na capal mála in sin le atargu a dhéanú, agus in sin bhí na capal bhí fleice gasta. So that's why the horses we have today are faster than they used to be, because the slower ones got caught and eaten by predators. Then the ones that had managed to get away from the predators, the ones that were adapted to get away from the predators, were left and were able to reproduce. Then their offspring were also fast because they had inherited that characteristic from their parents. And now most horses, or almost all horses, are very fast in relation or in comparison to their predecessors. So sinna dóid Harlíonn seo head an na mílte blian head an na céta mílte bliana sinna tí darlíonn se. Because whenever, that's what survival of the fittest means, the horses that were able to get away from the predators were the ones that were able to reproduce, and they were the ones that were able to pass their characteristics on to the next generation. Éivlead de species úr. So carwer spregan éivlead species úr. Tarlíonn seo na is scadan grúpa a bhain hiúla grúpa eile. Farbríonn an grúpa scada in náanna defriúil don grúpa bunaí Marial go bhfuil go timpachtaí defriúil. So sampla lei sin na penguin. Tharla an cineál prósa seo ar fud an dón I measc nithe éagsúil beo agus thar tréimh sí fada ama leis an réimse leithin nithe beo a the an dar dón iniu achruthú. So the penguins, we should na héidir de seasan isce had seans on go mehí áthú. So nis tá flippers áthú níos mó na itseagaí. So like éanathe atá an penguins a tá flippers áthú le codú lá sná níos mó na itseagaí a bhí áthú le codú lá eitilt. Bí éagsúlacht sin éagsúlacht ainmhí agus plandaí, so cruthú an dón thar fa 4.6 billiún bliain na hain. Hannig na chéad ormathe bethe chun cinnear an dón thar fa 3.8 bliain na hain. So tá sé seo cin le chudaí agah sna cabbageal spáis. Agus bactear vega bhuideathe a ro kill a bhain acu agus a ro cónaí airú san airige ba iad. So diversity, so cancer biodiversity in shots, the biodiversity of plants and animals. So the Earth was made about 4.6 billion years ago. The first kinds of life happened on Earth about 3.8 billion years ago. So if we talked about why there might not have been life on Earth before that, can this grow in don inta che. In yin Big Bang vin don inta che. So the kids were shot the first living things. There were tiny little bacteria, and they only had one cell. So kill a so one a monocellular organism. Organa la cal bug awain. Agus bhí siad na gcónaí san airige. So this bacteria, the first kind of life there was, this bacteria was a single cell bacterium which was living in the ocean. Len Nithe fan géad there and don near van da Nithe beomhar as san airige, not a jimpolachtaí ro isce ag bunt law. So 90% of the history of the earth, all living things were in the sea. So, or anywhere that there was water. So Nero when you Nithe fan géad den am a bhíon don again. So 90% of the time that the earth is here. There were nothing living on land. There was nothing living on land. It was all in the sea. Des plandaí agus fungus an talú don héadúir hart fa 500 million bliain na hain. So about 500 million years ago, hashi plandaí agus fungus. Plants and fungus started growing on ground. In the dhé sin fad hanig na formathe bethe an léniu chun cin, mar hampla hanig dinosaur harfa chéad agus a 20 million bliain na hain. Hanig ein chun cin harfa céad 40 million bliain na hain. Agus ní an da glíní a la chéad míle blian no mar sin an nuas. So if we're talking about humans, they've only been around for 200,000 years. Birds have been around for about 140 million years, and dinosaurs were around from about 220 million years ago. So if we think about that in comparison to how old the Earth is, then 200,000 years ago in comparison to 4.6 billion years ago is nothing. Bhí redon da da dispinatha an fad a bhí an dón on da dispinatha calendar. If you put the if you put the age of the Earth in context of a 12-month calendar, so beidir gur cruthú an dón in January. Well, ní bhfuil daoine an dón go dtín le dearna den blian. So that's how recent humans are. They haven't been around that long at all in the context of the Earth. So ní ron a 100,000 blian a tá daoine an dón. Lady in the sample who has Gadarian process na hévlodge hart stave she fada ama. Evolution takes time. Long periods of time. So ma arcamid na billion blianta a hun. Ma arcamid seo. Cruhu an dón. Céad a punch 6 billion blian a hun. Bhí na chéad nithe beomhar an seo. Agus ní ron na daoine an go dtín jeru. Right here. So sin an rid tá daoine cantir an dóid an dón faoi lethir agus an timpolacht agus an dothir a tá daoine I déanaid an timpolacht. Bhín dón an seo ar fá 4.58 billion blian sa Virginia an seo. So before we were here, the Earth was around nearly 4.6 billion years ago. Agus sa Virginia I djinú ar a dothar díthe. Agus djinú dothar díthe na djern Ritherby hera an stéimh seo. We are doing more damage than any other species has over a far longer period of time. So, nidjog. Tá nidjog in the species éirithe genta suas da a god grehog, an dóia ein se cothia agus an dóia ein idir gníúin sé leis an timpolacht agus organí ile. Tá go dmhór organí jífa. Tharla seo mar gheallar éirí sa timpolacht nó mar gur organa ile or nithe níos fearr don nidjog céarna. So a niche. So the niche of a species, it's depends on the habitat, how it gets food and how it interacts with the environment. The Madrigal Vacant or Stujar Grehog, capital Ella. So we're going to be talking about habitats